Are we on? Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what is the date and time?
In Pahrump, it's Thursday, July 20, 2022 at 6:10 a.m.
Okay, and Alexa, what is the weather forecast for today? Alexa, what is the weather forecast?
Right now in Pahrump, it's 77 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today's forecast has very sunny weather with a high of 109 degrees and a low of 77 degrees. By the way, there's an excessive heat warning for that area Thursday, July 21st, 11 a.m. to Friday, July 22nd, 8 p.m.
Okay. All right, so sorry, just had a little text message with our people regarding who's going where today. So Charlene is probably listening to this. And Charlene, my understanding from our discussion yesterday is that you are taking Anna to work. And then you have your stuff to do. So, okay, here we are. It is now Thursday. So in our neurotransmitter discussion, we're going to be discussing dopamine. So this is a dopamine episode right here going on. Awkward. Okay. So this is Thriving Warrior. Our goal, our job is to help our people move from point A to point B in their life. Point B is a place that's better, B for better, A for not better, B for better. And we do that many ways. But it's mainly helping people learn what success is and learn how to get there. Helping people learn to use the tools for success. And it's not that hard. It's kind of like baking cookies. It's just most people think it's hard. And when they deconstruct how to become successful, it's a jumbled, very difficult path to follow. But it's not really that hard if you do some things. And it starts with self-identity. Because our self-identity is made up of our self-beliefs. So what we believe of ourselves is that which becomes our identity, and our identity is that which propels us through the world as we navigate other people and things. So our goal is to kind of make it simple, have these little daily breadcrumbs that are out there that ultimately focus on change your identity, change your beliefs, change your identity. Focus on having a better self-identity. And there's certain characteristics that you need to have to do that. You have to be willing to put in the time to become the person you want to be. You have to be willing to learn new things. You have to control your emotions. You have to have something to pick you up when you get knocked down, and you need to take care of your body, fitness and health. It's all pretty simple, pretty basic. There's a million videos out there on YouTube. We just try to break it down to be simple. And this is a neuroscience-oriented approach to success. So that means we look at how the brain works, what's actually happening when you have a thought, a belief, a feeling. And the idea is if you understand how that works, you can dial in who you need to be right now. So it's kind of like learning how to drive a car, learning how a car works before learning how to drive a car. And the idea is if you know how a car works, when something goes wrong, you're better able to do what you need to do. So driving along, you hear clunk, clunk, clunk. If you don't know how a car works, that really doesn't have any meaning to you. So you might either A, stop the car, or B, just keep going till the wheels fall off, which is what a lot of people do. So I think everybody would agree it's good to know how a car works. You're a safer driver, a better driver, if you understand how the car works before learning how to drive. So that's what we do. Today is dopamine. So we focus on 4 positive, feel-good neurotransmitters: endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. Yesterday we talked about endorphin and what was the purpose of endorphins. To what, Charlene? To mask physical pain. So when we're working out, when we're exercising, when we're running, after a while, 10, 15 minutes, depends how much exertion, all of a sudden we start to feel better. Why? Because our brains released endorphins. The purpose of endorphins is to mask physical pain so that we do things that are painful, physically painful. We're breaking down our muscles. Endorphins makes us feel good to do that, so we will what? Do it more often. Right. Serotonin is some people, I think Simon Sinek calls it the sex, drugs, rock and roll neurotransmitter. It gets us to do things, to-do lists. By the way, I have posted a link to Simon Sinek's video in the notes below, so you can see it. So dopamine makes us get things done. It's very important to have it. And as he says, but there comes with a warning. It is highly, highly, highly addictive. So once you go down the dopamine path and you start feeling good from dopamine, you have to be careful because it can lead to addiction, overdoing certain things, certain activities, certain behavior. So you could say all addictions: gambling, drugs, alcohol, work. What the people have in common is they release a lot of dopamine. And we're going to learn later that if you turn off the flow of dopamine, the urge goes away. So AA, NA, those things got it right when they said call your sponsor, go to a meeting, because that releases a different neurotransmitter hormone, serotonin or oxytocin, which gets you to go see people, be around people. And when you release oxytocin, your dopamine goes down. When the dopamine goes down, your urge to drink or whatever stops. What is the characteristic of workaholic people? Well, they don't have a lot of social relationships. If they had social relationships, they would work less. So we have one of our people who lives 2 doors down calling me on the phone. Wow. Okay. So 6:19, they're supposed to leave at 6:30. Not really sure why I would get a call versus a text. Well, sorry, world. We have people focused on their own little things, not interested in the bigger picture. Just what do I need to do right now? Perfect example of dopamine. I need this resolved right now. I can't wait 5 minutes. I need an answer right now. Okay, what does that show? Well, let's say, how can you tell somebody who has a dopamine that dopamine is their go-to? They are spontaneous. One thing would be they will pick up the cheese. You lay out the cheese, they're going to go for the cheese. If you know what the cheese that they want is, they're going to go for it. How can you tell? So everyone has a go-to neurotransmitter. If dopamine is their neurotransmitter, how can you tell? Well, you look at them. If they are short for their weight, eating. If you want to feel good through endorphins by working out, that takes a long time. A simple thing to do is a simple thing to do a simple thing to do is just have a piece of chocolate cake and you're going to feel better. So it's very easy to feel good through dopamine. Okay, we're at 10:52. This is going to get cut short because there seems to be a problem. And I have to take care of it. Because there are people who, they don't know what they're doing, but they just want to get going somewhere. Got to hurry up and leave. Don't know why. I just can't, if I'm Anna, I just can't be ready for myself. I have to be focused on, well, what about you? What about you? What about you? It is now on my clock at 6:21. They're not supposed to leave for 9 minutes. There's a lot of commotion going on out here. A lot of confusion, a lot of, I didn't get a text. I don't know. I did. Maybe I did get the text. I didn't get the text. So, boom. Yesterday was the only easy day. Navy SEAL Maxim. Let's make something happen. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not somebody else. Okay. And cut.